Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I would like to gift my book, The Golden Key, Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance to you at goldenkey.gift, where you can get the audio or ebook as my gift to you by using the code POSITIVEHEAD at checkout. All right, all you positive heads, welcome, welcome. Here we grow again. How the heck are you out there, whenever, wherever you're receiving this broadcast? Are you well? I hope you are. If you're living your best life, congratulations, keep it up. If you have room for improvement, like many of us, congratulations. You can improve, and every moment is another chance to turn it all around. Right? Every day, we're here, figuring it out, bumping, grinding, smiling, laughing, struggling, and these are all the things that we signed up for. So I think it's super, super important to remember that, to remember this always. Like it wasn't meant to be all roses and butterflies. And if you have it particularly hard, particularly challenging, I think those that do are people who really signed up for expert level or those that really want to achieve a lot of expansion and growth in a single lifetime. And so, yeah, if it's all about the story that you're telling, what a great story to tell, right? Telling the story that, yeah, you've had it tough. You've had it rough. You've got work that you can still do. You are... Even the fact that you're aware of your shortcomings and where your work lies, that self-awareness, it's huge. That's a huge, huge win. I know so many people, older people than myself, who I'm like, how have you went your whole life and never done any self-examination or minimal self-examination, or even coming to the realization that it's all about doing the work that we are constantly pointing to, talking about on the show, right? And the fact you're tuning into this broadcast to do that work and to, not compete with anyone else, but to compete with yourself yesterday, right? To do a little better today than you did yesterday. And if you're doing that, you are on such a golden path. You should be so proud of yourself. And, you didn't come to hear the whole song, in a single second. You didn't come to dance to get to a certain point on the dance floor, right? You came for the whole experience, and that includes all the bumps and bruises and shortcomings and then successes and, all the things that this life entails. And one of the things that has come up for me a few times in the last few days that I want to chat a little bit about today is this idea of holding on to ideas of what should be, or sort of putting things, on a pedestal. For a lot of us, we can have, the Bible talks a lot about have God supposedly saying, put no other idols before me, kind of thing. And that whole thing has been coming up a little bit. Like some people, their idol is money. Some it is working out. Some it is, on and on and on, right? We kind of can become where we idolize certain things. And I think it's really important. Even on doing self-work, that's all that matters. And, as opposed to at the expense of experiencing the moment, I don't think so, right? And really, not getting too caught up in any particular identity. This idea, this idea we see with a lot of people in spiritual community, then you that are doing this work, you can get really caught up in the ethers and thinking, it's all about beyond this life. You do know you can. Yes, you are a human being having a spiritual experience. We get that. We know that. And being too caught up on the spiritual part of yourself, the non-physical part of yourself, that becomes, now you're idolizing that at the expense of your human experience. Not a good move, letting this idea of having things as you're used to. We get so familiar. Okay, things got to stay the way they are. Everything is going to change. So like Yoda said, train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. Not being too attached to, money, success, relationships, status, all those idols can really trip us up at the expense of this now moment and fully appreciating how beautiful and powerful the now moment is, right? And you and your perfectly imperfect dance, where you are right now, is as divine as any other person, experience ever has been, could be, or will be. Before we continue on with today's episode, I'd like to take a quick moment to tell you about our sponsor, Talkspace. When it comes to therapy, getting the help you need has never been so simple. Talkspace is like having a therapist in your pocket because you're able to access them from the comfort of your device via audio, video, or text 24/7. Talkspace is the #1 online therapy platform and has thousands of licensed therapists trained in over 40 specialties. I believe it is important, if you're struggling, to realize it's okay to seek therapy. And this is the simplest way I know of to do it. And it's for a fraction of the cost of in-house therapy. Once you join, you can speak with someone that same day. You'll set goals with your therapist and they hold you accountable and make sure you're really progressing. As a listener of this podcast, you'll get $100 off your first month with Talkspace. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com. Make sure to use the code POSITIVE to get $100 off your first month and show your support for the show. That's positive at Talkspace.com. Rudyard Kipling saw a great quote the other day. Beware of over-concern for money or position or glory. Someday you will meet a man who cares for none of these things. Then you will know how poor you are. When you are completely unattached to money, position, glory, fill in the blank, on and on and on, you are truly free, right? You're a truly free being who is very wealthy, who's very rich, who has found the path to just, the path to riches is appreciating exactly what you have where you are. I saw someone talking about this whole concept the other day, and they were basically saying, look, whatever you fear to lose, you've placed your identity in. So this is going along with Yoda's statement. You've placed your identity, and that has then become an idol. And, this is now becomes a barrier for you, right? And so the good news is we're going to lose everything. The good news is we're going to find everything. Whatever we lose comes back around in another way, in another form, at some, throughout eternity. You never truly lose anything. You have these temporary departures, if you will. Temporary departures followed by joyous reunions and rediscoveries, right? And that I can live with, right? It doesn't mean those departures will never be hurtful or challenging or painful, but knowing that in the end, it all comes back around, that's a really beautiful thing to know and to feel, that you are like the people that you love and care about are always, there and will make a reappearance in your story at some point. Always. What a great thing to relax into, right? I love the idea of realizing there's nowhere to go, nothing to see, everything. You've already got everything. You're already in eternity now. So relax with all the bumping, scared, grasping at, fear of loss. We have so much fear of loss and so much idolizing something other than just appreciating what is. And as you start to get that, and you're really like the wealthy man or woman that Rudyard Kipling is referring to. That's someone who's really figured it out, right? And if we can all just slowly but surely get to a place where that is our dominant perspective, we are truly successful and wealthy. C.S. Lewis actually said about idols, idols always break the hearts of their worshipers. Really, really true, right? It's like once you start putting too much admiration and expectation and energy onto something. Think about any time you've done that in the past, right? It just like it ends up being a letdown, and it's like really not good for you. It's not good for the idol, whatever you're idolizing. It's about finding that idolize. If you're going to idolize something, idolize being at peace and fully immersed in the moment, exactly as it is. That's the real move, right? That's the real game. And you're doing it a little bit better than you did before. I'm doing it a little bit better than I did before. And I applaud you for that. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet today. A lot to think about here and to feel into. I do have a very mellow track, a new track from East Forest, who was a guest actually a while back on the show. This is called A Breeze Told Me So. Till next time, journey well. Love you so, so much. Also, before we cue up today's song, as a quick reminder, don't forget to download the Golden Key audio or ebook as my free gift to you at goldenkey.gift using the Golden Key code POSITIVEHEAD. And please, if you enjoy my gift, leave a positive review on Amazon so others can unlock their lives with the help of the Golden Key as well.